All right, today we are going to factor and find the greatest common factor using the upside down birthday cake method. So I have 4x and 12x, and I want to find the biggest number that can be divided out of both of those numbers. So I know some of you maybe know your factors really, really well, and you already have an answer. That's okay. If you don't, we do what we call the upside down birthday cake. I have 4x and I have 12x, and we just start by taking away one thing we see they have in common. I notice they both have an x, so if I take out an x, when I take out the x now, it's just 4 and 12. I know 4 and 12 both have a factor of 4. 4 divided by 4 would be 1. 12 divided by 4 would be 3. Then we look and say, okay, do 1 and 3 have anything in common besides a 1? Which they do not. So my greatest common factor is 4x. So I have 18a, 20ab. I tend to look at the letters first, the variables. So I see they both have an a. That gives me 18 and 20b. Some of you might notice different factors, and that's okay. I see that 2 goes into both. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 20 divided by 2 is 10. And I still have that b trailing along with me. Now I have 9 and 10. And I look and say, is there any other factors they share? There's not. So my greatest common factor is 2a. Go ahead and pause this and try the third example on your own. Okay, I see they both share C and D. I can take that out in one step if I want. I have 12 and 36. You might notice that 2 goes into both. You might notice that 6 goes into both. So let's just say that I see 2. I know they're both even. I get 6 and 18. From here, maybe you see 3, maybe you see 6. If I see 6, I'm going to have 1 and 3. Now, I know some of you maybe took out 12 right away. That's okay. I'm going to multiply everything outside my birthday cake. So I'm going to do 2 times 6 to get 12 CD. And you could immediately take out the 12 at the very beginning if you want, or do 2 and then 6, 2 and then 3 and then 3. It's okay if you have 2 and then 3 and then 2. You can have different numbers there. You just need to end up with 12 when you multiply. Okay, now we have an expression. They have a plus sign in between it. It's very, very similar. So I have 15x plus 25. I put that in my top layer of my birthday cake. I notice 5 goes into both 15 and 25. 15 divided by 5 leaves me with 3x. 25 divided by 5 leaves me with 5. 3 and 5 do not have any other common factors. This bottom layer of birthday cake goes in the parentheses. Whatever's outside my birthday cake goes outside my parentheses. So now we basically undid the distributive property. We took the 5 back out of both numbers. I have negative 14xy plus 12x. Just like before, we can take out that variable, the letter x. I have negative 14y plus 12. Negative 14 and 12, I notice they're both even, so I'm going to divide out of 2. I'm going to get negative 7y plus 6. Negative 7 and 6 don't have any other factors. Remember that bottom layer of birthday cake goes into the parentheses because we have that plus sign there. Everything outside the parentheses or outside the birthday cake goes outside the parentheses. 2x and then negative 7y plus 6. Okay, I want you to pause and try that third one on your own. All right, 11y plus 33. Factors of 11 and 33 would be 11. I have y or 1y. You can put a 1 here if you'd like. 33 divided by 11 is 3. I have y plus 3 in parentheses and 11 outside the parentheses. You may see some larger problems just like this, 180xy, 270x. I'm going to start by taking out an x. I see they both end in 0, so I'd probably take out a 10 to get myself some smaller numbers. So I get 18y and 27 when I divide by 10. You might know different factors of 18 and 27. Let's say that I see a 3. I have 6y and 9. Now I see I have another 3. I get 2y and 3. Remember that goes into my parentheses because it's the very bottom layer of my birthday cake. And I multiply everything outside. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 10 is 90x. Now, yours could look different. You could take out the x to start with. Maybe you saw the 10 the same way. From here, you could have just immediately pulled out 9 and gotten to 2y plus 3. Either method, or either factor you divide out, still gets us that same answer in the end. Okay, so just find numbers you can recognize, go from there. All right, good luck. Okay, our last question says find the possible dimensions of the garden. So I have 15x and 18. So my dimensions are 15x plus 18. The same thing we did before. We're trying to figure out what would be our height and our length, or what's a common factor we can take out of 15 and 18. You're probably yelling 3 at me right now. 15 divided by 3 is 5x. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So this would be a 3 by 5x plus 6 garden. That would be my dimensions.